Hi, my name is Carlos, and I'm a World and European Championship finalist in Ballroom Dancing and a professional dance instructor in San Francisco Bay Area.
My name is Stephanie. I'm the owner of Ballroom Connection, one of the best ballroom supply store in the San Francisco Bay Area.
I wanted to talk about how beginners can come to your store and acquire new shoes, what's important in this process, how to choose the best shoes. Why don't you help us with that?
We do have a lot of customers who are beginner dancers. And the biggest challenge we have is they will come to the store and expect they are going into a Macy's or Nordstrom buying regular shoes. So for ladies, they always look for the prettiest shoes on the wall. And for men, they always give us a shoe size that is 2 sizes larger than their actual foot size. So it's on us, our job, to convince them that's not the correct fit for dance shoes. So we will explain to them the construction of dance shoes are completely different from regular shoes, and the fits are also completely different. And I usually use ballet shoes, rock climbing shoes, ski boots as a reference to explain to them dance shoes is the same. They are sport equipment, they are not regular shoes. So if they would give us the chance to explain and guide them through the purchase, then they will get the right fit. A lot of them will go online first and they will buy the prettiest shoes in the wrong size and their feet will get hurt or injured, and then they will come to us.
Yeah, I think it's very important for the beginner dancers to come in person, right? So you can help them and guide them and provide them with the correct fitting.
That is very important. I always tell customers, if you can make a trip to come here physically, you will get the best help from us. Because if you go online, you look at pictures, you don't know how it's made, you don't know how the fit is on your own feet, you don't know what size you're supposed to get. All you do is you look for the prettiest picture and the lowest price. And that is not the right approach to buy dance shoes.
Yeah, I think, of course, price is important, right? But then you also need to understand price per quality equation, right? Obviously, if you buy the less expensive shoes, they're going to be lesser quality, right? And then sometimes with my students, what ends up happening sometimes, maybe they buy the lower quality shoes, they dance in them, maybe like you say, have a little injury, and then they end up with a nice shoe, more expensive shoes, nicer shoes anyways, right? So why don't you just start there?
That is very correct. And I always tell customer, if price is not a concern, because to some people, price is a factor. So I will tell them the brand, the name of the shoe or the price of the shoe are not very relevant compared to the fit. If this particular shoe fit you the best, then that's the shoe you should wear. And as you said, a lot of people just wanted to buy a low price shoe and say, oh, I'm not sure, which is fine, but you will dance in a poorly made shoe with poor quality, you will risk injury. So I will explain to them, maybe this one shoe is more expensive, but if you can keep the shoe will perform for years. So the per year cost is actually very, very low, and your feet will be very happy.
Exactly, and I'm sure your store also carries different price point shoes, right? Starting at the lower end, midpoint, higher end, right? So even if you come to the store, you can still pick something that fits.
That is correct.
Right?
Yeah, fit is the most important thing. Look is always secondary.
Yeah. So what are the couple of things you see that customers, when they buy like shoes, maybe with not the proper guidance, what do you feel are the main problems? Like feet are cramped or just too loose? Or
the biggest problem is they buy shoes too big for their foot size, especially for men. I would tell them almost all the time, regular men's shoes that you buy at regular department stores, they are very heavy and bulky and uncomfortable. So they will tend to buy a shoe size 2 sizes larger than the feet because they don't want the shoe to touch them, because they want the room to give them comfort.
Yeah.
But when it comes to dance shoes, they come in and ask for the same size, and I would give them the size because they would not try anything else. And then when they put the feet in the shoes, you will see like a whole inch empty space in the shoe. And I would tell them that is not the right size. And they would argue and say, no, but that's comfortable. So it would take a little work to convince them why a soft shoe needs to be fitted. Because when a soft shoe is roomy, your foot will move so much inside the shoe. It's very uncomfortable when you're actually dancing. Perhaps you'll feel comfortable when you're sitting down because the shoe's not touching you, which is what you're used to. But when you're actually moving your foot inside a big soft shoe, you will find it very wobbly and very, very unstable.
Yeah, definitely. Me being, as a professional dancer for many, many years, definitely I prefer tight fit because, new shoes are always a bit more stiffer and then they kind of loosen up, right? So then they sort of take the mold of your foot anyways later.
Yes.
And, some brands probably a little bit more depending on the material.
That's correct.
Some extend more, some extend less. That's why it's very important to come and you can explain all these things about, okay, this material is going to stretch this much, this material is going to not stretch at all, right? And things like that, right?
Yes. And I always use this explanation. The dance shoes and your foot needs to become one unit. They need to move together. If you have a loose shoes, then your foot and your shoes are two separate things. They move separately, different time, and when you're dancing, is not good. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk about? Okay. So let's take this one, right? So that's a very nice, beautiful shoe, right? I'm sure many ladies would want to have that.
Yeah.
Would you think this shoe are good for a beginner?
I would say if you are a ballroom style dancer, a total beginner, you would resist this shoe. The reason is you might find it pretty, but the thing is dance shoes, as we have been talking about the fit, they need to fit tightly, snugly on your foot. So when a shoe is made with a pointed toe box, and then I ask you to have a tight fit to fit your foot in this triangle, a lot of beginner ladies will say, no, it's too tight. And they will ask for a bigger size, which is too long. The number on the shoe, the size that we call a size, is how long the shoe is. A size 5 is this long, a size 10 is this long. So when they say it's too tight, they will always tell me it's too small. And they will go for a longer shoe, which is the incorrect fit because the heel will come up from the back. There's no support, and you would move forward when you are dancing because the shoe is too long.
Yeah.
But when I tell them this size is the size of your foot length, this is the correct size, they would tell me that it's uncomfortable because it's tight in the front. So I would say for a beginner, the best choice is something, thank you, like this is called a ladies practice shoe or a training shoe. Unfortunately, a lot of beginner ladies come and say, oh, they are so ugly, they're old ladies' shoes. So I needed to explain to them, fit is the most important. And this shoe, if you put it on, you will know how comfortable it is. Even the world champions will wear these shoes. So, but it's very hard to convince a beginner because what they are thinking is, I want to buy a pretty shoe.
Yeah.
So I would still offer them all that they want to try.
Yeah.
And then they would be struggling, walking around only just a few steps. And then I would say, why don't you try this while you're here? And once they try it, they will understand why they are comfortable and why this is a better tool for the learning.
Yeah,
you as a teacher, you will know when your
Definitely.
students struggle, it's difficult to teach them.
Because as you can see to the camera, the heel is so different. This is such much bigger than this one. I'm sure if the ladies, they wear the shoes and they have some fancy shoes for evening, they know that how long can they walk in this kind of heel, right?
Exactly.
It's like a pinky
exactly.
toe, pinky finger. And this is such a much bigger area. It's going to be so much more stable, And when you start learning, you're learning and you are trying to learn the steps and feel your body, right? You don't want to have additional challenge of that. That's like a more advanced shoe, right? So if you really like them, I would suggest you can buy them both, right? Okay, this one you wear to get used to, and this one you wear for your main practice.
Or learning at your lessons.
Right? You take the lessons, you take coaching, you go to parties, you can have both of them with you, right? So then you can feel the difference as well. But as the only shoe for the beginners, this is not a good choice. Right?
And the other thing I want to mention is the toe box of a practice shoe. You can see compare with the ballroom shoe, it's a lot rounder. So you have more space in the toe box for your foot to sit in. So it's a lot more comfortable while you are trying to learn something. new that you're not familiar with. So you don't struggle with the tightness or the higher heel, your balance. So that's why this shoe, this particular style, has a nickname, practice shoe or training shoe. And then for female teachers, they will call this style teaching shoe because it's very comfortable in this style when you are learning or teaching or practicing.
Yeah, okay, let's put it back. What other dance styles does the store carry shoes for?
We actually carry shoes for almost all style under the big ballroom dance umbrella. We have Latin shoes, standard shoes, smooth shoes, rhythm shoes, salsa shoes, tango shoes, social dance shoes. We even have jazz shoes and also ballet slippers. We also have dance sneakers. So we cover almost, also West Coast swing shoes. So we cover almost all of the dances under this ballroom umbrella that we call ballroom dancing.
Okay, that's nice. Can you tell us a little bit more about different dance shoe brands?
Absolutely. Ballroom dancing started in England. So a lot of the dance shoes brands started also from England. So there are a few reputable brands from Europe. Ray Rose, International Dance Shoes, Super Dance are the three major European brands. We also brought in a brand from Italy. It is actually a German brand, but all the shoes are made in Italy. It's called Vernicern. They are very high quality shoes, but they target mostly to tango dancers, swing dancers, and also social dancers. But we sell their shoes very well because they are very, very high quality and well made. We also have shoes that are the US brands that are a little bit medium price, that are more suitable for college students or people who just started dancing and they don't want to invest too much in the dance shoes before they are sure. And once they get into dancing, they always come back to buy a higher quality shoe.
Nice. So let's talk about what's the range, for example. How much does the shoe start in medium and high? What are the costs?
We do have a wide range in price. The lowest price brand we carry in the store start at $65. And then the medium price is roughly $120, $130. And then the higher end or European brand is around $170. But we do have one American brand that are handmade, very, very popular even with the high price. That brand is called Crown Dance Shoes, and they are priced at $250. And at first we thought, who would pay so much money for dance shoes?
Yeah.
But quickly we learned that we are having trouble carrying them because they are selling so fast. The company was not able to produce the shoes fast enough to meet our demand.
Oh, wow.
So we are very happy to see that customers are looking for and understanding high quality.
Nice. So what would you say is the reason for the higher price? So let's say you have like a beginner shoe or the high price shoe, and what is the difference in the?
I always tell customers when they ask me the same question, the price is a reflection of the quality of the material and the quality of the workmanship. The higher the price, the higher level of the quality of the material. Like the leather is supple real leather. The lowest price brand, they call it leather, but it's synthetic. So when you put your foot in, you will feel like little plasticky feeling and also stiffer, and it takes a longer time to have the shoe stretch out.
Yeah, definitely. I think one time I tried to order some shoes from China, and exactly the same thing. Yeah, the price is good, but I danced in them maybe 1, 2, 3 times, and then I realized it doesn't feel good, and I just went back to the European brand because even they're more expensive, they just last longer, the quality is better, you feel better. Like you said, the leather is nice to the touch, they fit better, so it's just a better choice, I think.
They also have better padding because when we are dancing, we are always touching the ground, the whole feet, the 2 feet. So when some lower price brand, they have very thin padding or no padding or very stiff padding. When you dance for like half an hour, 45 minutes, you will feel the hardness of the floor, and then your feet will get very tired. But the higher quality brand, they give you better insoles, or they put in an extra insole inside. So it's more cushion for you. But at the same time, it doesn't take away the connection of your feet to the floor. They just give you the correct amount of padding to provide you the comfort.
Yeah, I think that's very important as well, because when you go to your local dance studio or where you're going, some of the floors are more soft and some of the floors are a little bit more hard. So it becomes crucial to have a nice padding, right? Because if you're dancing day after day, month after month, year after year, you don't want your knees to get hurt.
Absolutely.
Or hips, right? Or ankles. It becomes so important to have such a nice shoe to soften the stride, right?
Very important. And also, if you have a wrong fit shoe, your arch will also take a lot of stress, and it might risk injury.
Yeah.
And if you, as a dance teacher, you would know if you're on your feet many hours a day, you would need that support and the comforts, so you can dance longer and you can teach longer, and at the same time not damage your own health.
Yeah, very important. What about this shoe? That looks so interesting. Kind of, if you turn it around, it kind of sparkles. And is this a custom shoe?
This is actually a very, very cool design. We are very happy with this new style and material, and we sell them very, very well. So the good news is this shoe is not custom order shoe. We can easily order them and we have them in stock. But a lot of ladies, like I said earlier, they look at the practice shoe style and say, oh, they're so ugly, they're old lady shoes. And a lot of shoe brands recognize this could be a problem, so they are making practice shoe in interesting material and colors. So this is the latest material and color. And then we have other brands that like give, for example, this is an English brand called Super Dance, and this shoe can be ordered in all kinds of interesting colors. So recently we ordered a neon orange and a purple color for a customer for a special performance. It came out very, very pretty.
Cool. Yeah, I think I saw that on your social media, right?
Yes, yes.
So you can check it out there. And so you can have your shoe in any color.
If the brand offers it, we can get it for you. So just come in and talk to us and tell us what you need. We will help you solve the problem.
Okay, nice. So how long would it take? Like, let's say I want neon orange shoes. How long would it take, and what's the kind of process?
So if you need to order something that we don't carry, we will consider a special order. Then the best is you can come in here in person, so we can walk you through the process. Because once we place the order, we cannot cancel and you cannot have a return. So we need to make sure the size that you order is the size that you need. So you need to be here for us to fit you the correct size. And then we will tell you what color in a particular style this brand offers, then you can choose what you want. And once we place the order, usually the turnaround time is between 6 to 8 weeks. And for some brands, it's a lot faster. But for some English brands, it takes a little bit longer because of the production time and also the transportation time.
Oh, that's so cool. And besides shoes, I think you also have outfits for sale, right?
Yes, we actually sell a lot practice wear to dancers. We sell men's dance shirts in white and in black, and we also have one that is black and white. We also sell dance pants for men's. We have Latin pants, and we also have ballroom pants. We sell a lot of long practice skirts for lady ballroom dancers, and also short skirts for Latin dancers. We also have very nice dance tops. And we also have dresses for girls, for kids. We also have small size shirts and pants for little boys.
Oh, that's nice.
And we also have ties. So we don't have the fancy gown that people wear to compete, but we have very nice outfit that you can put yourself together nicely for showcase or for performance that is not a big scale. We do have a lot of customers who didn't want to spend like thousands of dollars for a fancy gown or a tail suit, but they just need something nice for performance. And we also have jewelry to go with it.
Nice. So that's great. So you can come to Ballroom Connection and you can just take care of everything. You have the shoes, you have the pants, you have the shirts, you have the dress, and you can just come, take care of everything, and you're done.
Absolutely. We call ourselves the one-stop dance shop.
Good. That's great. That's so convenient, right? You don't need to
Yes.
browse online, wonder if it's gonna fit or not fit, right? You just come here, put it on, right? Check it out. Fits good, and you're good to go,
Yes.
right? So,
And I would say the best thing you will get from coming to us is you will get the best help. Because everybody, including myself who worked here, is experienced dancers. We do not want to just take your money. We really want you to have the correct gear so you can enjoy your dancing.
yeah, it's important, right, in the long run that you're comfortable, you know, and sometimes maybe if you're new to the dance world, maybe the material looks kind of different than from your regular clothes. It's very nice to have experienced professionals to tell you why it's this way, why it's like this,
Yes.
why it's stretching, you know, for comfort
Exactly.
and for breathing, because you're going to be sweating maybe,
Exactly.
right? So it's breathing, so it's for your comfort. It's not just because, right?
Yes. Well, thanks for bringing that up because what you're getting here is the why that you did not get from online. You will be explained clearly why this is the right fit, why you need this size, why do you need this top, why do you need these pants. You do not get that kind of advice or hand holding if you don't come in a store like us. If you get online, you will not get any of this help.
Yeah, exactly. And you come in, you know, you can have a little conversation, talk about your needs. This is what I need it for my social dancing event, for my college competition, for my dance show, and you can provide the options, right?
Yes.
Very quickly, and you can talk about pricing. So we can have for this budget and for this budget and for this budget, and you can pick the one that's fit your needs, right?
That is correct.
In online, you don't know,
You don't know.
It's just the price.
Yes.
That's it.
And you
right?
probably will buy the wrong thing.
Right, and then you need to return it. Oh my God, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's such a hassle.
It's a
right?
hassle.
It's much
It's
better to just
also-
do it once and right.
Yes. And also wasting time when
Yeah.
you buy the wrong thing.
Exactly. Why don't you tell us a little bit about different heel sizes for Latin shoes?
Okay, so Latin shoes in particular comes in many different heel heights and shape. So the one Carlos is holding is a 2-inch heel. It's a little bit more flare. So you can see definitely the heel is lower and the base, the bottom of the shoe, the heel is also a bigger area.
Yeah.
So this one I'm holding is a 2.5-inch. It's called Vogue heel.
Let's
You
put it
can
on
tell
that side
it's
of
a
the
much
sign.
higher heel and it's skinnier, and the area that's touching the ground is a lot smaller. So a lot of beginner dancers who wanted to get an open-toe sandals,
Yep.
they will find it more comfortable with a lower heel. The main reason is because the front, as I said earlier, the construction is very soft. So if you have a high heel that has a structure in the back half of the shoe, but the front half is soft.
Yeah.
So if you have a higher heel, you really need to engage your own leg muscle and your ankle strength to balance yourself. Otherwise, you will easily fall off balance. But now I want to come back to the fit. If you buy a shoe that is longer than your foot length, when you put your foot in, your foot will slide forward because it has so much room to move. So your heel inside the shoe is supported by nothing. So
Yeah.
if you have a shoe exactly the length of your foot, if you put weight in the back of the shoe, your body weight will be directly over the heel. The heel is right here supporting your body weight back. So even though the heel is higher, if the length is correct, if the size is correct for your foot, you would not feel as wobbly or uncomfortable as a high heel street shoe. So that's therefore for people who keep saying the shoe is tight, let's get bigger size. The bigger the size, the more uncomfortable you will feel because you will have, like on a slide, you will slide forward and nothing in the back of the shoe is supporting your foot.
Yeah, right. And these shoes are ones you wear without any socks, right?
Most people do not like to wear dance shoes, especially Latin shoes, with any kind of stockings because they like to grip the floor better. Stocking will slide a little bit too much inside the shoe.
Yeah.
But we have a very small number of ladies who always wanted to wear stockings because they feel like there's a more dress-up feeling. If that's the case, they just need to understand that it will just slide a little bit more.
Yeah.
And for competitors, Either they don't wear any stockings or they would wear fishnet tights when they compete. Fishnet tight is a little bit rougher and a thicker material, so it will fill up the shoe even
Grips.
more, so actually grip better. But that's personal preference.
Okay, nice.
A few ladies come in to me and say they want the highest heel possible. And I will ask them, why do you want like 3-inch, 3.5-inch heel? They will say, because my partner is very, very tall. I need to wear very high heel so then I can dance with him. So I will explain to them, one, if you wear a 2.5-inch heel versus a 3-inch heel, you're gaining half of an inch.
Not that much.
Exactly. And your partner is 8 inches taller than you.
Yeah.
Okay, gaining that half inch is not going to close the gap in any major way. It will only make your dancing more difficult because the balance is harder. You are struggling dancing with a tall guy when you're wearing a very tall heel. This, in my opinion, is not the best approach. I always suggest people, please get the heel height is the most comfortable for you so you can dance the best. Then your partner, no matter how tall, how short he is, he will be very happy with you.
Yeah, I can definitely second that. Because when you increase the height of your heel, it's not, like when you increase from 3 to 3.5, it's not that it's like, oh, just a little bit harder. It's like a lot harder.
A lot harder,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So it's very important to, feel comfortable. That's the main thing. Feel comfortable in the shoe and don't worry about anything else.
If you have a correct heel height for yourself, the skill set you have, the heel height that you feel comfortable in will help you show off your skill the most. The higher the heel does not translate to the better the dancing. And it would not close the gap if you have a big height difference with your partner.
Yeah. I think it's very important to kind of take it gradually, right? If you're just starting out, if you're just learning the bronze figures, don't try to have like a 3.5-inch shoe. It's just, you're just going to look ridiculous, to be honest.
That is correct.
Right? You'll be struggling to walk around and just forget even about dancing and having nice technique and nice connection. It's going to just bring it so hard. I think you can get a kickstart. If you want those fancy shoes, you can get them, but you must get the practice shoes as well, especially in the bronze level. I think it's just a must.
I always tell all the ladies it's a must. If I can convince them, don't look at the look of the shoe, just look at the comfort level of the shoes. And I always say this to mostly beginner dancers. I will tell them, you can wear and buy the prettiest shoe that you like. And then you wear them to dance, and you cannot dance in them because you're struggling. And the whole ballroom, no one will notice your pretty shoe. But if you buy a shoe that's comfortable for you and you can dance and have fun all night, I guarantee you, no one in the ballroom will know what your shoe looks like. They just know this person can dance.
That's a very good tip, I think, right? Exactly. I mean, shoes are nice, but you need to dance great, have a good time, enjoy yourself.
Yes.
And you'll be happy at the end of the day.
Yes.
Right?
Because dancing is what you're doing, right? You want to have joy through dancing and not sit down and look pretty in a pretty shoe that is not comfortable for you.
Yeah. And and down the road, it's okay. You start, I think like with anything you do in life, any hobby you have or any profession you do or sport, you should start, easy, right?
Yes.
Ease into it. That's why you also have like these price points. You don't need to go for $250 shoe.
That's correct.
Just start simple and, build from there. You feel confident in yourself. I think that's the right way to go.
The more you learn, the more lessons you take, the more knowledge you have from your teacher teaching you, the more you understand how the shoes can help you become a better learner and a better dancer. Just really keep in mind, dance shoes is a sport equipment. It's not regular shoes that you will buy at a department store.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for having this talk with me. And I think we all learned so much about dance shoes and what's the proper way to go about it. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Bye, guys.